Hey guys, what's up? So, the reason I've come on tonight to talk about mindset or the mindset of rest and recovery is because, to my surprise, obviously, I put out a poll last week, and even though we've only had a small sample group of you guys actually respond to the poll, the response that got the most clicks or the most of you seem to be struggling with is getting enough sleep and rest. Now, in my experience, this is a very common thing with my clients. Like it's a very common thing, particularly for men, to kind of sacrifice our sleep and our recovery even though we know that it's going to help out and help us get to our body transformation goals, our health related goals and so on. We all kind of know that it should be a priority. We all know it should be important to us, but we find it very challenging to actually make it a priority. And one of the main reasons for that, particularly for guys, is because it's quite a feminine act. Now that sounds a bit crazy, but it's a type of caring for ourselves. Whereas we prefer to kind of get in the gym and smash it up. And obviously we kind of operate in this no pain, no gain type mentality. And resting, recovering is like, well, that's lazy work. Like that's not going to help me burn fat, for example. And because of our mindset towards it, we tend to sacrifice it and then end up trying to do more and more. It's like, what else can I add into my lifestyle in order to get me to these aesthetic goals that I want? Or what more do I need to do in order to be successful in this particular area? The catch-22 for most of us is we're so fucking overwhelmed with everything that we've got going on. Every time we try to add in a new thing, what ends up happening is we just stress ourselves out even more. We cause ourselves more mental and emotional chaos and stress, and then can't actually keep up with the commitment that we made to ourselves. So then the more we keep making these new commitments, the more we keep failing. And then the more we keep failing, the more we lose trust in ourselves. So we end up stuck in this spiral of stop, start, because every time we try too much. We then fail, fall off the bandwagon, and then need to begin again. But every time we try to start again, I trust myself a little bit less than the time before. So I end up getting even further away from my goal each time. So what we do need to do in an ideal world is go, okay, well, my goal is, let's say, for example, I want to lose weight. I want to burn fat. Now, we all know that we have to train ideally or do some kind of exercise or movement because we want to obviously stimulate the body and the metabolism. We want to boost things up. The catch-22 is we now need to obviously fuel our body through food. So ideally, we want good food and resources coming in because that's what our body is going to use to rebuild and repair us. But that doesn't take place until we sleep and rest. So we have to have that sleep and rest in place in order to get optimal recovery so that our body can actually burn fat efficiently or build muscle efficiently, repair us from the damage that we would have caused in our workouts and so on. And not only that, for many of us that kind of end up unwell or unhealthy, overweight, we often end up lacking in energy. We're lethargic. We have these peaks and troughs in our energy where we're kind of like full of it and ready to go, and then suddenly we crash, or we're needing caffeine or sugar in order to constantly spike us throughout the day just to keep us going. Now, one of the best things that you can do to kind of reset the body's ability to deal with your blood sugar and the need for caffeine and things like that is to make sure you get adequate rest and recovery. So what we need to do is go, okay, well, yeah, it might not be as fun or as invigorating as doing a workout. It might not be as sexy, knowing that we have to go and sleep or rest and recover. But that's where a large proportion of our results actually come from. And it's the sleep and recovery that allows us to maintain the things that we're trying to do. Because we constantly wake up feeling refreshed, re-energized, and rejuvenated, it's much easier for us to have the motivation to then turn around and go, okay, well, now I'm going to go and put an hour into a workout. And now I'm going to go and put some time into meal prep or food prep or spending time with my family. We're not going to be so worn out and lethargic. So actually, it's a good thing for me to rest and recover. And yes, it can seem a bit lazy sometimes, but when we understand and switch that mindset and understand that, well, actually, I'm going to get even better results and I'm going to feel better and more recovered so I can get away with doing more throughout my day, you can kind of compensate for this laziness that you might be or might feel you're partaking in because you're going to have the energy to actually do more and to operate at a higher level of intensity for longer periods of time. So yes, on the surface, it can look like a lazy thing, but it actually enables you to do more. So ultimately, you become more productive and more effective in your day, whether it's a body transformation related goal that you're chasing or a business or relationship based goal as well. So let's say you run your own business and you know that from the time you get to work, you've got to take care of your marketing, you've got to take care of your sales, you've got to do all the admin, the accounting and all this kind of thing. If you're somebody that happens to be like a one-man band, well, the more well-rested and recovered you are, the more resources you can give to that without feeling like you're overspending in yourself and then ending up stuck back in this cycle of craving carbs and caffeine, etc., in order to keep you sort of on point. So that's all I'm going to leave you guys with today. Yes, rest and recovery can seem like a lazy thing, but ultimately it's the best way to get the results that you want, whether we're talking body or business or relationships. And as we go throughout the rest of this week, as that's the particular subject that one, each day I'm going to drop in some kind of tip or piece of advice based around how we can improve our rest and recovery and ultimately enable you to get the results that you want in your body, in your business, and your relationships. Now, of course, we also had quite a few or a larger proportion of people mention knowing what to do with food was a big thing, and also time management and planning. So this week I will also cover those topics. And of course, if there's anything else you want me to cover, we can dive into that. Just drop your comments below. And if not, I will look forward to seeing you in the next video, people. Take it easy.